We know that the Chinese have been aware of basic photographic principles as early as the 5th century BC, and Leonardo da Vinci had experimented with the dark room in 1500s, but it was a number of discoveries in chemistry during the 18th century that accelerated the development of modern photography. The discovery that silver salts were light sensitive led to experimentation with images of light on a surface that had been coated with silver. Often, glass was used in the early images. But the problem was that these images were ephemeral, fading after only a short time. Some of the chemists who worked with them called them fairy pictures and considered them that they were only momentary creations, that they disappeared. Okay. How to fix the image permanently was one of the most important challenges of the early photographer chemists. In France, in about 1820, Nicephore Niepce discovered a method for fixing the image after a long exposure time, probably 8 hours. So, although his work was considered interesting, it was largely dismissed as impractical. Nevertheless, one of his associates, Louis Daguerre, managed to find a way to reduce the exposure time to less than 20 minutes. So the story goes, in 1835, Daguerre was experimenting with some exposed plates, and he put a couple of them into his chemical cupboard. So a few days later, he opened the cupboard, and to his surprise, the latent images on the plates had developed. At first, he couldn't figure out why, but eventually, he concluded that this must have occurred as a result of mercury vapor from a broken thermometer that was also enclosed in the cupboard. Supposedly, from this fortunate accident, he was able to invent a process for developing latent images on exposed plates. The process itself was somewhat complicated. First, he exposed copper plates to iodine, which released fumes of light-sensitive silver iodine. These copper plates were used to capture the image, and by the way, they had to be used almost immediately after their exposure to the iodine. So, the image on the plate was then exposed to light for 10 to 20 minutes. The plate was developed over mercury, heated to about 75 degrees centigrade, which that caused the mercury to amalgamate with the silver. Now, here's the ingenious part. He then fixed the image in a warm solution of common salt, but later he began using sodium sulfide. Anyway, after he rinsed the plate in hot distilled water, a white image was left permanently on the plate, and the quality was really quite amazing. But the process had its limitations. First, the images couldn't be reproduced, so each one was a unique piece, and that greatly increased the cost of photography. Second, the image was reversed, so the subjects would actually see themselves as though they were looking in a mirror. Although, in the case of portraits, the fact that people were accustomed to seeing themselves in a mirror made this problem less urgent than some of the others. Nevertheless, some photographers did point their cameras at a mirrored reflection of the image that they wanted to capture, so that the reflection would be reversed, and a true image would be produced. Okay. Third, the chemicals and the fumes that they released were highly toxic, so photography was a very dangerous occupation. Fourth, the surface of the image was extremely fragile and had to be protected, often under glass, so they didn't disintegrate from handling. The beautiful cases that were made to hold the early images became popular not only for aesthetic purposes, but also for very practical reasons. And finally, although the exposure time had been radically reduced, it was still inconveniently long at 20 minutes, especially for portraits, since people would have to sit still in the sun for that length of time. Elaborate headrests were constructed to keep the subjects from moving so that the image wouldn't be ruined, and Many people
And
simply
many
didn't
people
want to
simply
endure the
didn't want
discomfort.
to endure the discomfort.
But by the
But by the
mid-1800s,
mid-1800s,
improvements in
improvements
chemistry
in
and
chemistry
optics
and
had
optics had
resolved most of
resolved
these
most of
issues.
these issues.
Bromide, as well as
Bromide as well
iodine,
as iodine
sensitized the
sensitized the
plates,
plates.
and some
And
photographers
some
were even
photographers
using
were
chlorine
even
in
using
an effort to
chlorine
decrease
in an
exposure
effort to
time.
decrease their exposure
The,
time.
the portrait
The
lens was
portrait lens
also
was
improved
also
by
improved
reducing
by
the size of
reducing the
the
size
opening
of the opening
and limiting the amount of light that could enter. So the exposure
So
time was about
exposure time
20
was about
seconds
20
instead
seconds
of 20
instead of
minutes.
20 minutes.
And negative
And
film
native
had been
film
introduced
had been
in France.
introduced in France.
Sorry, in
in
England.
England.
And negatives
And
permitted the
native
production of multiple copies from a single
image.
So photography was on its way to becoming a popular profession and pastime.
And pastime.